Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Hedera and HBAR, so sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. Overall, on the 24-hour span, we are still seeing some diminished volume into altcoins. I mean, we're still seeing some nice price movement. I thought it was interesting to see Dogecoin actually starting to move up a little bit more. But ultimately speaking, I think that we should still be focusing on Bitcoin. Bitcoin did drop a little bit in price today. I don't know if this is actually, let me make sure that this is refreshed. So that should be fully refreshed. So there you guys have it. So there you guys have Dogecoin breaking out 14%. There is some nice price movement overall, but it's nothing that we haven't seen, realistically speaking, throughout the year. Lately we have been seeing a lot of altcoin movement with Zilliqa and stuff like that doing like 100+% moves. And I think that we are, really kind of ranging to have those major altcoin movements very, very soon. But we really need to await the total two to really kind of play towards our favor, but also Bitcoin dominance and stuff like that, because Bitcoin did have a little bit of a correction. It kind of pulled back to about like 45.6K from about 47K, as you guys do see here. We, retested that. This is like I want to say this is like the second time that this actually happened. Actually, it's like technically the third time, as you guys do see. But the thing is that Bitcoin dominance is still gaining some momentum. So when we do have pullbacks like that, it does cause altcoins, like for example HBAR, to drop more than most assets. The only reason why is just because altcoins in general are a little bit weak compared to Bitcoin in terms of Bitcoin dominance. But we are still holding the structure overall. I'm gonna wait until later to really do an overall TA on Hedera. But I have been watching the total too. I mean, this is where we will see, some altcoin movements. If we could get that significant break above the 786 at about $1.35 trillion. Ultimately speaking, it looks like we are gaining some support on the 702 at about $1.2 trillion. I'm hoping that this holds because if this does break, we will most likely test some lows. We'll most likely test this demand zone somewhere within the $976 billion range to even having these wicks down here at about like 800.5 billion. But if we do have some sort of retest of support, I'm hoping that we actually just come down to the 618 to have that higher low put in place for the altcoin market and just continue onward and upward. Now, I told you guys I am watching the Bitcoin dominance chart closely, so this is on the weekly, as you guys do see. We are kind of still in a bearish structure here. I mean, like, it's not like we're making any higher lows here or anything like that. We're making a higher low off of those, summertime lows, as you guys do see going back all the way to May. Then we do see the September lows, followed by, of course, the lows recently from the January time frame. But I'm waiting to see if we can come down and test those demand zones from that January time frame. This will still allow for a lot of altcoin movement. But realistically speaking, we should be watching for that Bitcoin season nearing, which will cause a major move on Bitcoin dominance, something like this. So we have this nice little bouncing point off of the support zone because I was awaiting for that continued downward momentum, but we haven't seen that just yet. I'm going to wait to see if this does get invalidated or not. But something like this would make sense where we do have that test of the support, which we just seen, and this will follow by a nice impulse to those highs of about 45 to 47%. Of course, if we do break below that, it's roughly, we can get that exact percentage, so 41.34%. If we do break below that, obviously this structure does get invalidated, and we do continue on the structure that I did print on the chart that's going back like a week ago now. But that is that test of like roughly 39 to 40%, with a nice impulse to 45 to 47%, followed by that massive bear market for the Bitcoin dominance chart. Now, this is going to take some time. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. I honestly think that this leads us to around that October timeframe, fall timeframe, similar to 2017, 2018. But that will lead us to some major altcoin breakouts. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about HBAR. So let's dive in. So first off, We do see the HBAR Foundation announcing DeFi and Web3 sort of focused projects. Last week, we announced the launch of the Crypto Economy Fund. Through this, we are pursuing DeFi and wider Web3 ecosystem tools, hardware integrations, custodians, and market infrastructures in the Hedera ecosystem. And we do see down here, they kind of break down what 2022 does have in store for us. In 2022, the $155 million Crypto Economy Fund has three key initiatives to accelerate growth. One, increase mainstream retail access for certain user demographics. This includes maturing the U.S. market, enabling residents to participate via retail-focused platforms and payment methods. Two, establishing yield-generating opportunities in a modular manner. Our partnership with Stater HBAR, for instance, will ensure staking is a common feature across various dApps, wallets, and exchanges. And then, of course, three, strengthening both centralized and decentralized liquidity with $60 million allocated for decentralized exchange liquidity awards. If you're interested in learning more, you guys could go check this out if you guys want. But ultimately speaking, I think that this is very, very crucial for the success of not only the network, but also HBAR as a token in terms of value. Especially for those investors that do want to see the value of HBAR really be unlocked. This is going to be focusing on mainstream adoption for retail. So I'm very excited to see this really unfold. Of course, this is going to be also, mention those yield generating opportunities in terms of staking with Stater. I actually have Stater open over here. Where was it? So here we have it. Ultimately, I think that Stater is going to be a big success. I think that this is going to be something to really watch for. They, announced this today, saying, our cap launch is around the corner. Do not miss the staking with us at launch. So we do see here the early staker catches the rewards, where they were talking about, the HBAR. I think this is like 10 million HBAR. The exchange rate is 1.005. So essentially, I believe that this is with HBAR X, I'm pretty sure. So we actually see you put HBAR in, you get HBAR X out. And this is going to be initially for those individuals that are, very early. Of course, if you are earlier, you do get a lot more rewards. But that's basically how just staking rewards do, really work. I think that Stater's a huge success. I think that this is going to be something very interesting. And of course, you do see the rewards gains here. So you see it's basically HBAR X equals 1.052 HBAR, so that's a gain of 52,000 HBARs. So I think that this is going to be something pretty cool. And also we do see down here users on day 2, 24,000 HBAR. So again, diminished returns for those individuals that are a little bit later to staking. You guys kind of see the rewards here. Returns on staking for 2 days, greater than 2 times rewards or returns on staking for day 1. So again, definitely pay attention to things happening within the staking, opportunity area for, HBAR. I'm very excited for this. I don't know when this is going to get released. They are saying just soon. I wish that we had like a ETA a little bit on this, because this is something that's really detrimental in terms of, investor, overall, I would say focus. This really helps a lot of individuals get into the project and really kind of want to hold. That's why when we are talking about staking opportunities, they are a big crucial area to really focus on. And we've seen in the past that low APY, staking opportunities are detrimental to the project, success. So I'm hoping that Stater does provide pretty, high APY. It's going to be something very crucial, especially for demand, and I'm very excited for this overall. Now, I also want to show you guys that, HBAR did announce that this, partnership with Blade Wallet was pretty much one of their first projects that they are going to be partnering with. And this is a fully audited self-sovereign Web3 portal with a social purpose, launching on the Hedera network in April 2022. I wonder if this is one of those 10 projects that we're going to launch in April. Most likely it is. We do see Blade's mission is to create a best-in-class wallet with enterprise-grade security, cutting-edge functionality, and performance that will be the gateway to the financial inclusion, the metaverse, and gaming for all who seek sovereignty. This includes accessibility to decentralized exchanges, staking, gaming, and NFTs. in addition to financial sovereignty for those who are currently disadvantaged in the global economy. To learn more about the Blade Wallet, you guys can go check out bladewallet.io. But I am very excited to see a lot more of these use cases launching on HBAR. And last but not least, I do really want to talk to you guys about one last major opportunity here. So atma.io. Now, with this in mind, this is focused on supply chain and things like that. The industry that this is within is apparel, food and beverages, beauty, retail, logistics, and pharmaceuticals. Now, they had 10 billion plus items connected to the cloud, 50 new items added per second, 5,000 global factory participants. Now, you do see the overview. We don't really need to read any of this over here. Just kind of ignore that for the most part. I will say this, though. One of the major things here is Fortune 500 global footprint, innovation, and expertise from Avery Dennison's. We do see flexible and agile. Atma.io is built on the shoulders of giants. We do see our overview. The connected product cloud is building a foundation for trusted, sustainable relationships between every item, every company, and every person. Challenge to push the industry forward. Atma.io considered ways to better prove, the integrity of products and their supply chain provenance. Now, again, they did choose Hedera for this, but the reason why I'm bringing this back up is because Avery Dennison actually just tweeted this out today, saying, we're proud to, support the communities where we, do business, and primarily through the Avery Dennison Foundation. In 2021, we made, $6 million plus in contributions to, support our communities. Now, this is, integrated sustainability and stuff like that. The best part about this is that they just recently posted this after that, and this is digitization of the textile industry. Now, if you guys don't know what this is focused on apparel and things like that. This is going to be, launching on April 7th, so in 2 days. I think that we should all focus on this, because in terms of digital solutions, Atma.io is definitely focused within this area. In fact, we have, this is from Avery Dennison themselves. This is their, Atma.io frequently asked questions. But here are the key use cases and target industries segments. So, again, apparel, retail, beauty, personal care, food, beverage, and pharmaceuticals. The key use cases enabled are product authentication, anti-gray market, consumer/product interaction, circularity, product birth certificate, traceability, and inventory accuracy, store operational excellence, distribution center operational excellence, supplier operational excellence, expiry date management, and real-time item level monitoring. Now, the reason why this is very crucial and the reason why this is huge is because what they are focused on in general and the companies that they are already working with. So here's Atma.io. Again, since this, a lot of this has updated. They don't update this, in terms of the statistics, but we do see 300 new items added per second connected to Atma.io. This has been scaling. It was 50 originally. 22 billion from 10 billion physical items managed on Atma.io. 6 of the top 20 apparel brands use Atma.io, and 4 of the top 10 quick service restaurants use Atma.io as well. This is very crucial, I would say, in terms of the demand of Hedera, because Atma.io is built on the Hedera Consensus Service, which is very, very crucial in terms of, the value and volume being unlocked here. But also, I want you guys to understand the connections that they already have. So, first off, again, a partner to every industry. This is pretty much, reaching out to almost every industry that you could think of. We do see automotive, logistics, pharma and healthcare, beauty, wine and spirits, food and beverage, apparel and footwear as well. And here's the big, area that I want to focus on. Their partnerships. So this is a breakdown of what Atma.io is, but here's an ecosystem of connected partnerships. So first off, I want to mention a few that we are familiar with. So Suku is big. Suku is also a utilizing, partner of Hedera Hashgraph. And we do see Hedera there as well. But look at the other ones. Now, there is many more, but Microsoft, MasterCard are two that really, jump out to me, especially considering the fact that Microsoft has major connections with Hedera. I would not be surprised, like I said multiple times now, if Microsoft was not, if they were working with Hedera already, and there is no confirmation because of NDAs and stuff like that, I would totally understand. But I do see Microsoft at one point in time becoming a GC member. Now, Again, you could read all about this, but this is all talking about logistics and supply chain management and getting to a sustainable area. You guys can see all their solutions in terms of what Atma.io is really focused on. This is driving savings and sustainability through traceability. The reason why they are focused on sustainability is because everything now is really focused on that. If you go shopping, if you go anywhere, sustainability is a big area for a lot of these brands to really focus on. It's also a big selling point as well. And I really do expect a lot more value and volume to flow over this very, very soon as more and more brands do adopt it, and also as soon as the utility really does kick in. But the textile, area specifically is also looking at, sustainability as a big key area. And we actually see here digital transformation is enabling a move away from traditional product methods and processes to make clothes, footwear, and household textiles. Digital textile printing, for example, produces less waste, requires little setup and equipment, and uses fewer resources like water. And again, this is all talking about, boosting transparency across the supply chain, QR codes, for instance, to detail the item's country of origin and carbon footprint. Like, this is exactly what Avery Dennison is focused on with Atma.io, built on Hedera. This is huge. And I want you guys to understand that when we're talking about the future of this, it's all focused on sustainability. Sustainability is going to be a key selling point as we do march forward on. I think that it already is a big, selling point already. I just think that's going to continue to grow and grow and grow in terms of an area to focus on. I think that this is easily, when we are talking about a use case from Avery Dennison themselves, I think that this is easily, a $1 trillion plus use case. The textile, market itself is continuing to grow. I think it's worth about like $1.5 trillion currently globally. But I could definitely see that being, heightened, especially as more and more brands focus on sustainability. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. If you guys do want more content, my exit plans, stuff like that, you guys could go check out NCashOfficial.com. But with that being said, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.